Welcome everyone. So how many of you are coming for the first time? Oh my God. You have come. Yes, how many of you have come to the decoding data science event for the first time? Any formats, any formats. Any, so how many? Just raise. You have come as well for coffee meetup. No, that is any formats. When I said any formats, can sit here. Someone can come here. One seat is there. We'll give some lady if you want. Anyone wants to come and sit here? There's one seat here as well. Two seats are there. If you, I request you just sit for 20 minutes, then we will move out. Anyways, how many of you are participating in the challenge right now? How many of you? Only one person has till now come. There are a couple of. You're giving a demo as well. Quickly, just talking about it, right? One. Your name is? Paul. Maser. Only two of you. Okay, anyways. Cool. Just again, I want to see by raise of hand. I request if you want to come here. Someone? Arshad? There is a. Oh, you have a call. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Cool. So just again, I want to see how many of you are coming. Any formats for the first time? Cool.
UAE's largest AI and data science community.
This was one of our events in Abu Dhabi, one of our very good events that we did in Abu Dhabi, which was covered by media. So it is. So this is going to be a short event. I'm not going to bore you guys here. What are we going to do is, where is my marker? Okay, so this is a pre-GITEX event. This was planned. Every one of you can hear me clearly, right? Yeah. This was planned just 4 days back. We were not getting a place. Luckily, the Ministry of AI called us and said, Monday is available. Mohammed, you want to do an event? I said, why not? Because any event that you do, all of you, we have 200 plus registrations for this event in just matter of 4 days. So that is the power of DDS community that is there. So first of all, I'd personally like to thank all of you. I know the traffic. I came a little bit early, so I had not to go through the terrible peak traffic, but I know a lot of people are stuck. Because most of our participants are coming from Sharjah as well, and you know the traffic is very, very bad there. But we will anyways wait for them. When they come, they will give their quick demo that is there. So this is, we are showing our events. Most of you are coming. How many of you are coming from Eventbrite? Just raise of hands. Eventbrite. Okay. Meetup. So we are on all the channels. So that is the way we get a lot of new people in the community. And these are our informal. This is more like a mix of a formal and an informal event that we are doing, which was not planned. So there is no plan. Generally in our events, there is a panel, there is a guest talk. Today is more about celebrating the participants of our challenge that we just completed. How many of you know that we did a GITEX application building challenge? How many of you know that we did it? At least you know. No one else knows about it? You at least have an idea, right? Yeah, so very few of you also know that we do these type of challenges and hackathons. So next time you can know about this and try to join these type of events that are there, because this is something that you learn a lot. How many of you know me? Have seen my LinkedIn profile, little bit know about me. So I'll just take 1 minute to talk about myself. So luckily enough, I was working in the top Fortune 500 companies and data scientist. I'm a professional data scientist. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about AI from a different lens, from one of our, how many of you have heard about Jeffrey Hilton? The raise of hands. Jeffrey Hilton? Only 2 people, okay. You have at least heard, right? Yeah, so I'll talk about what his thoughts about AI. So I came to UAE 5 years back. Majid Al Futtaim was one of our projects. I was working in Accenture Consulting. I came on a project for Nakhil back just before COVID. And then I really liked UAE. I started working in Majid Al Futtaim and I started this DDS community. It is into advisory, academy, and this community that all of you are part of. Other than my full-time job in advisory that I give, I love giving the correct knowledge of AI, not the marketing AI that you all see on social media, the real AI and how to build upon it. And I have, luckily enough, I've given lectures in Harvard, Yale, Gap, in Silicon Valley as well. And in the UAE also, I run programs that are there. So this is about me. You guys, if you don't know me, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm the #2 influencer. I got award in Emirates 1 billion summit that you are part of. It happened here only last year. So I got the second most influential in the data science space. So thank you for the applause. so, so this was it. So if you, some of you who know me on LinkedIn, I follow 61,000 followers. I give a lot of content, value content, knowledge about topics, not about specific things, about AI, about anything, about data science, about and all those things. So you can follow me if you're interested to just know what is happening. Cool. So now this is I will talk a little bit about what else we do a little bit later. We run few programs. So we run AI residency that some of you are part of. AI executives. Someone was asking me. We have this is the free community that all of you are part of. You are welcome to come to this events network. But we have business circle and AI guild, which we have a lot of extra benefits other than these type of events that we do and connects that we have. We have GITEX passes as well. We have free GITEX pass for all the AI guild members, visitor pass, as well as business circle. For a few of them, we have delegate passes, which is much more than the price of these things as well come together. So these are some of the things that we do. Not only we are partnered with GITEX, we partner with all the tech events, even this one that you can see, Function 1, that is happening, and all the Dubai AI Festival. Every events we partner with as a knowledge partner to do hackathons, to do challenges, to give talks, to give panels. I'm speaking in GITEX as well, 2 places. I'm giving a keynote as well as I'm running a workshop as well in GITEX that is there. So these are some of the things that we do as well. My partner did not come today. She could have talked more about us. But what I'm going to talk about is like if Jeffrey Hilton, that all of you, I just gave you a brief about Jeffrey Hilton. If you, any one of you, I'm sure all of you are a little bit interested in AI, right? By raise of hands, how many of you are interested in AI? Little bit. So almost all of you. So Jeffrey Hilton is called the godfather of AI. So if you have not seen him, have not heard him, then you are following the wrong person on the social media or whatever you are doing. For this guy, his students have created OpenAI, DeepMind, and all these things. I really respect him. He was in Google. He retired. Anyone knows why he retired?
Because the algorithm is not working and he felt that AI is very dangerous.
Yes, he was not publicly allowed. Like I also left my, for me also, I left my company, Majid Al Futtaim, for the same reason that I was not allowed to talk out, not positive, negative, anything. I was not able to speak out publicly or in social media. That's the reason why I left my corporate job as well. That was my personal story. But he also, because when you're working in a business, you always have to think about Google. When he talks, he has to think about Google's profit, not about what he's thinking. So that is the reason why he left Google. He did not retire, he left. He was one of the scientists who was made DeepMind. If you read about him, it's an amazing story. And he did a podcast with, yes, with the guy, I'm forgetting that guy's name, Diary of the CEO. Diary of the CEO, Charles. He did a 1.5 hours podcast. 1.5. It was a very elaborate podcast. I looked at it for 3-4 times, and I took the key things from that, and I just wanted to discuss about to all of you. And I will recommend all of you to look at that video. He is my mentor. I have seen him go learn, and he created AlexNet and all these deep neural networks here, and he knows how these things work. And while he was in Google, when he discovered that AI is able to understand why the joke is funny, it means why is this reasoning, he understood that it's dangerous. If the same AI is going to learn more, it is going to be dangerous. How many of you think AI is dangerous? How many of you think AI is dangerous? You can be free, it's okay, it's not getting recorded. This side is getting recorded anyways, but so at least 20% feel. But after today's talk, you will get a little bit more idea about all of you. At least should know that it is dangerous. That is one thing that I want you to tell. From education, I always talk about positive things of AI, but today I wanted to talk about this because a lot of people, there is a big pool of people who are talking about AI dangers, which is not getting marketed, which is not getting on the public platform like CNN and BBC, because end of the day, it's $1 billion business, OpenAI, Microsoft, Google. So they don't want to give this to public. So he gave a podcast to Diary of CEO, which is not that much publicized as well, but look at it. I will share you this thing as well. So I will talk more about the community later. He talked about 2 categories of risks. When I say dangerous, and this is actually happening, 2 categories of risk. Am I audible behind everyone?
Yes.
I'll just take 10 minutes. I will not bore you guys. I know some of you are getting a little bit impatient. It's a small room, but we will just quickly talk about this and then I will open the floor for open dialogue. So there are two categories of risks that are there. The first category of risks that are there are short-term threats from bad actors. When I say short-term threats, I was just talking to Alan just before this. End of the day, AI is a technology, yeah, right? We have a knife. Everyone knows it's amazing. We are all using it for cooking. We are all using it to do a lot of things. But all of you know, if a knife goes to someone bad, what happens? Similarly, AI is a technology. It's very good. It's very amazing. I love it. It has really helped a lot of businesses. But if it goes to the bad actor, and it's already happening, we'll talk a little bit more about it. But this is a short time threat. This is the biggest threat. Existential threat. This is the one that we are worried about. The other threat is fine. Companies like Alan do will try to figure it out, the short-term things. But this thing, who's going to figure out? If we leave the AI to become more powerful than us, then what is going to happen? And if you want to know the power of AI, just think about it like a human asking a chicken, like, how powerful are you? It can cut you anytime. So that is the problem of this, and we will talk a little bit about this as well. Just look at the interview. All my insights are coming from that interview, nothing made up. Jeffrey Hilton's word, everything that I'm saying. The first one, Alan will talk a little bit about it later. After the generative AI boom, how many of you are from the cybersecurity area or studying cybersecurity? After the launch of ChatGPT and generative AI, there has been a rise of 12,200% increase in cyber attacks reported. Why? All of you know, because it's very easy to fool people. My dad has been fooled a couple of times as well. So everyone knows about cyber attacks. I don't need to talk more about it. This is increasing more and more, and companies like billion-dollar companies are coming up right now to solve this problem. This is already happening. I don't need to tell. You will go to GISEC, you will see this already happening. Everyone is talking about it. This is COVID. All of you know it's a positive thing because COVID virus was being made very quickly because of these technologies. But a lot of people the next war is going to happen with viruses, biochemical viruses that countries can create and release. And it's getting developed at a huge pace. And these are some researches that are already coming. It's very easy to create a new type of corona and release it. And you all know the effects of corona that happened recently. And all of us are affected with that as well.
But how is AI studying that?
Genome. It's very easy to create now. It's very easy in labs to create. DeepMind is doing that only. Now, anyone who has the technology right now, DeepMind and I don't want to name any countries. This is a educational institute, sorry. But we will not name any countries, any geographies, any city. We'll try to be as neutral as possible. This is a government place, so I don't want to name any country. But this is happening. We will talk. We'll open the floor for dialogue, then we can eat. This is already everyone knows. Biggest democracies of the world, how they are. No country names. But we already know this is happening. Everyone agrees?
Yeah.
Right. This one. I will not talk more about this. And why this is happening? Because of this. Echo chambers. Anyone knows about what echo chambers and division means? Anyone? No? Just raise of hands.
Social media.
Yeah. So end of the day, there is a media bias, right? Even about AI, if you see, the traditional media are only talking positive about AI. $1 billion getting invested. It's going to change everything. And a lot of other politics things also are happening, but we are doing this particular divide. Now, anything happens, it happens through creating this echo chambers and divisions among the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. People who already have good jobs are making money, are getting more and more opportunities. The people who are at the lower spectrum, they are not able to get that opportunity. And the job losses, I'm not going to even talk about that as well. It's already happening as we speak. Especially, I'm worried about the younger generation that is going to look for new opportunities that are going to come. Okay, this one. This is already happening. This is already happening in wars. No country, and I don't want to name any countries, but if you see the news, lethal autonomous weapons. And this is one thing that I wanted to tell every one of you. This is the most concerning thing. Nowadays, it is very easy for any country to attack any specific country without taking the stress, because there are drones, there are lethal autonomous weapons. You don't need to have that cost factor, that because end of the day, this is what Jeffrey Hilton's word, right? Before wars, bodies used to come back. Now no one cares if a dead robot comes back. No one cares. If a dead body comes back of a soldier, then everyone questions. There is going to be unrest. But if a dead robot comes back, no one cares. And it's already happening, and it's going to be very easy for countries to fight. And this is already happening, and this is a very, very big risk that all of us need to know. The last point I was not added here, but all of this also, how many of you think that AI is going to also affect jobs by raise of hands? Yes, that is the biggest thing, that is, but it's a short-term risk. New types of jobs will get created. We will, and one shift is already happening that Jeffrey Hilton has told, and all of you, especially the younger crowd, corporate jobs is not your dream thing right now. Think about entrepreneurship. Think about doing something on yourself. That is the way we are going to move. And there's nothing wrong in that. We have a stigma, at least our generation, that you need to go to a 9 to 5 job. That is getting over. Now you will be an entrepreneur. You will try to build solutions. You will try to do consulting. You will try to do anything because you have the knowledge and you can give it away, and you can do this type of consulting work that is there. And we'll talk about that. Is a short-term risk that is there. Now, this is according to Jeffrey Hilton. There are real and present risks, and these are all driven by human intent and not AI itself. AI is not doing all these things right now. Humans are making AI do all these things. And now AI is training to do all these things right now. As we speak, AI is training to do all these 5 things. So don't you think now AI is getting dangerous in all these things? And if you see the EU AI Act, how many of you have read or know about the EU AI Act that came out last year? Yes, no? EU AI Act. You have in that, I have read the whole document multiple times. It is mentioned all these rules don't apply for military. Military is free to do anything. So, and all these things are happening. And as we speak, if you know who is the most advanced in the terms of AI as of now, it is the military. Military are 10 years more advanced than common public. The internet that we all use, HTTP, was also 10 years before the military were using it, and then they made it out to public. Yes. So just think, and I have some friends in the military, the type of work that they are doing in AI, you can't even imagine right now. The type of work, the type of research, even in the UAE, they can track you, they can do everything about you, right? That is the way of technology that is happening here, and this is the short term. Now, this is the most risky part, and we will have an open dialogue after this. Just give me 10 minutes. When first time I read few people's interviews, I do not believe it so much about existential risks, AI becoming super smart. But when I saw Jeffrey Hilton's interview last week, couple of times, then I started thinking that it may be possible, because AI is getting smarter than humans. We created AI, but because of the short-term risks, and the thing is, one country cannot stop it. That is the problem. Now, the wars are not going to be fought by weapons, it is going to be fought by technologies. So one country cannot stop it. So, and that is the race is going on. And eventually AI is getting smarter than humans. And this is something that we will have an open dialogue about. Some of you may say that we have created AI, how it can happen, but this is happening. If AI decides it does not need a human in the loop, then it's going to be like the Terminator movies and the Star Trek movies that we have seen, which is something that is, because there were some experiments. If you remember, there was a model called Q-Star. How many of you have heard about that Q-Star model, which was supposed to come, but it did not come? It was OpenAI project, and it did not come because it was able to, when any transaction happens in the world, any information happens, it is encrypted. Any transaction happens from one place. It can be a bank transaction. It can be that particular LLM was so smart enough that it was able to decrypt this particular encryption. So if that happens, the whole system is going to be on risk. If I transfer money to someone can come in the middle and take it off. That's the reason why they did not launch it. They are doing a lot of research on that. The government is already doing something on that, but publicly nothing is there. But it is still happening. So if AI decides it does not need us, it's going to be happen. Superiority of digital intelligence. This is something that we have to look at. And I was asking you this thing when I was telling that if you want to understand the superiority now, human is the most superior being, right? They have the control over the nuclear buttons that are there. But if this happens, if the AI does not need a human to decide what has to be done, they have been programmed. That is that I just tell in my talks, it may be a repeat. If you tell AI to solve the problems of the world, the first thing that it is going to do is going to kill all the humans, because we are problem of pollution, everything we are the problem of. This is how it's happening. If you ask AI to, but it's not doing that, because as of now human is in the loop. The button, someone has the power to press the nuclear bomb. If AI has that power to do that, you know what can happen. And this is something that Jeffrey Hilton also talked about. Now coming to this, we may be building entities we can't see. That the final thing is about control. See, so the problem is control. Right now humans are having the control. Once we lose the control, and it's going to happen very soon if regulations are not happening. That's the reason why Jeffrey Hilton he's at the age of 76, and he is going to interviews who the right now some of the podcasters are the correct media. They are trying to give the correct news to the big media houses like CNN, BBC are not talking about this. Everyone is selling you the good things about AI, and I also say that AI is good. That is what is making our business run. But you need to know all these things, and a lot of startups already are working on the short term risks. This has to be done by the regulations, by the government, by the entities. The world has to come together, like we have something like a UN. The world has to come together, not only country wise regulations, but a wider regulations that will help us control these things. So it's going to be the next nuclear bombs are going to come by because of these issues that are there. So let us see. Now what we're going to do is we are going to have an open dialogue. So today, just quickly what I discussed, what I will be doing is, any one of you, not from your seat, you need to come here. 1 minute, talk about, it can be anything. It can be, you agree with me, disagree with me, you are free to do that for 1 minute also. So this is something, when we talk about AGI, are we close to AGI? How many of you think we are close to AGI? We are close to AGI. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. Okay, cool. So we will talk about this as well, and you can come and share your. This is an open dialogue. You can talk about what signs show that we are moving towards AGI. So AGI is a concept. How many of you know about the term AGI? So in just one word, AGI is artificial general intelligence, and all the things that I told you is a part of that AGI thing as well. When AI becomes more superior, then we have AGI and then we have AASI, artificial super intelligence. So right, the one that I showed you before, this concept is when it becomes ASI. That is the second level of AGI. Right now we have not even reached AGI. In matter of couple of years, no one knows when we are going to reach it. But once we reach it, then we have something called ASI. But once we reach AGI, it's very easy to move to ASI. It will not take much time to do that. AGI is right now, a lot of people are telling that we are close to AGI, but we will hear from the public. I will conclude it later on. What risks are overhyped? I told you about a lot of risks. Some of you were a little bit surprised. You can talk about, if you want to come and talk about what risks are overhyped and which ones are real, according to you as well. And should we build agent regulations before it's too late? This is agent or AI regulations before it's too late. So now you can come, and the floor is open for open dialogue, 1 to 2 minutes. And who wants to volunteer first? You want to say something? Yes. You or anyone wants to volunteer? This is open dialogue, 1 to 2 minutes. You want to now or later? Come.
Later, I will.
Okay. Last. Okay. Anyone? Come up and speak. This is an open dialogue. Or you want to sit from there if you're comfortable, because it's getting recorded. So I think if you come here, it will be nice. So who disagrees with what I told? Who disagrees with what I told? By raise of hands. Okay, come. Just your name and next.
Hi, so I'm Marwan, and I'm currently a college student in my first year. So mainly I disagree with the parts where you're talking about nuclear bombs and other things. I believe that if humans have the technology and the ability to create AI, which is capable of so many things, they also should have the abilities to regulate such things and make sure that these incidents can be avoided.
Okay. So you are talking more about this one.
The risks.
Yeah, this one. We should we build agent regulations before it's too late? So you're telling we should work on this more.
Yeah, I feel like no, I feel like there won't be a point where that risk can come in, because I'm pretty sure if we give AI the power to make such moves, then we will have regulations for it as well. So I don't think the nuclear risk is there in AI.
Nuclear was just one word, but thank you. Your name again?
Marwan.
Marwan. Okay. Anything else you want to add on these points?
Yeah, so another thing is that you said that new jobs will come up after AI has been set up. I'm curious as to if you could tell me more about which types of jobs, what types of jobs would be created, because everything becomes automated, I mean, because of AI. And if everything is becoming so automated, in which industry is there going to be jobs?
So,
Robotics is taking over manufacturing, AI is taking over IT, and
so most of the jobs, new jobs are going to come. How you will going to prevent these things? Most of the jobs, so there are going to be jobs who are going to create these things, and one set of people who are going to control these things. So you will see a lot of jobs are coming up in this case. Cyber, before cyber was only computers, now cyber is including AI. And Alan will talk a little bit about it as well. But a lot of jobs will be coming to protect you from AI. Like you will see that coming, and there are a lot of other jobs as well. We will see, but this is one thing that I am seeing very much in sight, because this is you need to have an army to save all these things that are there. Thank you. You were raising your hand. Yes.
Actually,
come. Yeah, you can hand it.
Wanted to supplement a little bit what Marwan said, like what kind of jobs will be taking over. So actually, for the last 4 or so years, I've been working at a insurance company in Hong Kong, and we use LLMs to automate claims submission and also claims disbursement, where usually you have like a claims analyst spend like 10, 20 hours in a case and then actually go to the bank and disperse the money. So now all of this is automated. So does that mean that we don't need a claim analyst at all? No. But it's like an efficiency issue. So like usually one claim analyst can do 10 cases a day, but now because of AI, they can do like 30 cases a day. So I would say like some of these jobs, they won't necessarily be eliminated, but then their velocity becomes a lot higher. And maybe the claim analyst would have to start knowing a little bit more about engineering and all of these different things that a traditional claim analyst would not have to care about. So that's how I see like the shifting of what our job content becomes. Yeah.
Thank you, Alan. Yeah, you can just come front after that. Just tell your name and what.
Hi everyone, my name is Gladden D'Souza. I'm actually a college student from Dubai. And the thing is, as like Ashraf was saying, like what was the secondary risk, like the long-term risk for the AI? I would like to say like it's not really a concern. Why? Because like you mentioned, yes, it's one hypothetical scenario that AI tends to go in that way. But what if AI doesn't tend to go in that way? Like as you know, it's currently at its baby stages. Like it's learning. When we have kids, we know that the kids grow up and it learns from its parents. So what if as the AI grows on to become big, it takes on a different path? And as all the mentions, existential crisis, what you mentioned was like in a very worst case scenario. But as we know, that in current world, there's always double scenarios. There's different time. A scenario like we can have a positive outcome as well. So what if AI doesn't it chooses to take a different path, instead of actually going the negative path that we always think, oh, we watch in movies and all what we've seen here, and no, what if it decides on its own to go back or learn something new and take the right path ahead, instead of always like killing us or taking over our jobs, it actually helps us. So that's what I feel. I try to counter that agreement with you.
Thank you, Mr. Gladden. Someone else was raising. Come.
Hi guys, I'm Arif. So before I try to answer the question, do we all understand somewhat of what agentic AI is? Well, agentic AI in the most simple sense is AI agents interacting with other AI agents. Google this year made a revolution in which these agents could interact with each other freely. And the problem with that is, has anybody heard of the dead internet theory? Cool. So for all of the people who have not heard of it, it's basically the point at which most of the information on the internet becomes generated by bots, where rather than people interacting with each other, bots are interacting with each other. My friend Luis is sitting here. So rather than me and Luis talking to each other, it'll be my AI assistant and Luis's AI assistant talking to each other, and they'll just let us know, okay, have dinner at Friday at 7 p.m. Now, why I disagree with this is AI right now does not have the power or the intent to do anything. It has the intelligence, mind you, but it's not like it has a mind or thoughts of its own. How AI is working is it takes our prompts, it falls back upon the data it has, and then the millions of other queries it has answered before. The critical point or the tipping point will be when AI does develop sentience. Now, the public sphere does not have that power. The military sphere might. It probably does, because everything that we have today, the military had 15, 20 years ago. But I think the real danger today is not AI. The real danger are people with AI who have bad intent, because at the end of the day, it's been humans messing with other humans since the dawn of time. And as for regulations, I don't think regulations matter, because this is very similar to the space race or the nuclear race, wherein people were talking to each other, okay, we won't build the bombs, it's fine. Everybody had to build a bomb because somebody else had it. So I think it'll sort of come to a stalemate unless one power becomes too large, which in humanity's case has rarely happened. But that's my stance.
Thank you. What is your name again?
Arif.
Arif. Come. Thank you for that. Whoever wants to speak next, just come here, so it'll be easier. We'll just take a couple of more,
Yeah.
then I will conclude.
Hi, good evening, everyone. A little tired, yeah. I'm not going to keep it very boring. I'm just going to tell you my experience. I'm also a university student, so I have to deal with AI firsthand, yeah. How many of you are currently employed? Yeah, you're in what sector are you in, sir?
Data.
You're in data, right? And AI is powered by data, yes? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but all of us at some point have used AI. Either it's checking something on Google, either it's using ChatGPT, whatever it is, at some stage we've used AI. Now, I'll tell you why I disagree with Arif. He said regulations don't matter. I completely disagree. Because think about it this way, right? The UN, or no disrespect to you, yeah? Think about the UN, right? There was the League of Nations, it failed, and then we had the UN. Regulations do matter. Without regulations, we wouldn't be at a place where ethical framework was applied, correct? So now let's think about it in AI sense. How many of you know how much we've invested into AI this year alone? Or in the last 4 years? Any numbers? Come on. Billions, yeah. Any close. We've spent around 200 billion in only research of AI. We're not talking about technology here. We're talking about only research. And I do think that there's going to be a point where we will have to fight AI, but not in the sense where we will have to physically fight AI. We'll have to fight by how much we use it, how much it starts controlling our thoughts and processes. And if you think about it in a long-term aspect, today I use AI in every single class of mine. We've been encouraged by our universities to learn how to use AI. In the next 10 years, kindergartners are going to start to use AI. We need to be able to create a regulatory framework where we don't just focus on human who has AI versus human who has AI, but an ethical framework where we can understand what extent is AI allowed to use. So, thank you so much.
Any non-students? All students have taken over. Students have taken over. I want to hear from experienced people. Come, Atif.
All right, thank
There
you
is
so
a
much.
seat in front. I request someone to come because there is. It'll be good. People are getting tired. Some of the from behind. Anyone wants to come and sit here?
All right. No problem. Thank you so much. My name is Atif. I work as head of data, but my past experience has been in tech and data and digital transformation with consulting and so forth. I can make a compelling argument on both sides, but I can give you some experiences, right? Complementing to what Alan said, anybody remember there used to be a job called bookkeeping in accounting, right? Back in the 90s. And then when Excel sheet came and Lotus Notes came, everybody said the accountants are done. Right, so bookkeeping was you had a register and with pre-printed columns of particular credit, debit, and so forth. When Excel sheet came, everybody thought accountants are out of job. But what happened really is accountants are making a lot more money than they were before. So Excel sheet became a tool to help progress the job. So with AI and all the agentic AI, the nature of job is going to be changed, not the job itself. Take this example, robotic process automation. How many of you know RPAs? Right, so we used to write scripts on Chrome to do data entry operator jobs to be automating, right? All of those are going to be with agents. And the difference between RPA and agent is agent can learn. Agent learn from its experience. You can teach agent to do not to repeat certain kind of mistakes and so forth. And over the period of time, it can become a better associate than you could ever have. Bad news for the students. I was working for PwC at some time, and just a couple of months ago, PwC Global announced that they're going to be 85% reduction in graduate hires. 85% globally. And why is that so? Because ChatGPT is writing better proposals than any associate fresh out of college can do, right? So there's going to be senior managers who are just getting job done through agents of AI and so forth. Speaking towards risks and overhyped, I was at SciSec event where I met Mohammed earlier, and I was talking about quantum computing and the risk that it imposes. Right. So how many of you know what is quantum computing? Right. So anybody know photonic quantum computing? Right. So you have thousands of states between 0 and 1. That's called qubits. That's standard quantum computer, I would say. There's a miniaturized version called photonic quantum computing, where you can packet the qubits in photons, right? And photons, as their state is more stable to control rather than qubits, so it makes it more easier. So that machine is smaller and that's more reachable. So it can still decipher your SHA algorithm in a lot quicker time than traditional supercomputers. So that is really happening. There's a term in the hackers that's called harvest now, decrypt later. So when the technology becomes available, that's when they're going to attack. Your credentials are lost. That does not mean it's going to be hacked tomorrow. It may also happen that it will be lost in the next coming days, weeks, or months. Lastly, regulation. I was in UK, just a quick example. So when they create a new policy at a government level, they first run it with industry experts. And I was in one of those debates, and they were passing a new bill for AI police. And the case was that a mother got a call from her son saying, "Mom, my phone got stolen, my wallet was snatched, and I need $50 to get a taxi and come back home. I'm scared." It was her son's voice, and it was her son's phone number. She immediately sent, not his son's phone number, his friend's phone number, and she sent $50 online. And then just then, when she sent it, her son was coming through the door. So what happened? Wow, that was an AI voice. And it was so realistic, with the accent and pauses and everything, and the scared tone of her son's voice, and now you're going to go to police and you're going to file an investigation report against who? There's no criminal. There's nobody you can identify who to put charges against. So that's the dangers of AI, and a lot is happening. So yes, regulation, but then again, regulation, we are way 2 steps behind than how to plot this, how to mark this, and where does it end, where does it start. So there's a lot of gray area in between. So yes, it requires, and unfortunately the risks are real, and we all as UN level, at governments level, we have to create some policies around it to control. You guys have seen, my last thing, Mission Impossible, latest one, the Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning, right? So the entity and the whole thing is about control. And yes, that's, if you look at from the software perspective, yes, that's pretty possible. That's it.
Thank you. We can take one more from the, yes, sir. Sanjay, sir. No, just Sanjay. We had a talk about this in our last meetup for a couple of.
Yeah, so name is Sanjay. And the first thing I'll tell everybody is you don't need to be afraid. Seriously, man. I have in my life seen the dot-com boom. I've also seen the goddamn dot-com bust. Okay, when the dot-com boom came in the 1990s, early 1990s, like it was going to change everything. It did not. Okay, people invested stupidly, they lost stupidly. Then you had the second one. I mean, how many of you have heard of Windows 3.1? Yeah, that's where I started my career. Okay, so don't be afraid. So it's like a weapon. It's also technology, right? As Mohammed ji gave a very glaring example, a kitchen knife used to cut vegetables most of the time. Also used to cut throats. It depends on the usage. So nothing to be afraid of. The whole thing about I think is that are the risks overhyped? And I say in most of the areas they just don't exist. Where it does exist, a big risk is identity management. Your identity can get stolen, and the governments, and I work with the government a lot, they want to know everything about you, but that's the only way they can control you. It's as simple as that, right? So identity management from the government side, their side is important because they want to know who is in their country, how to take care of the public. It's not necessarily surveillance for the sake of surveillance, also surveillance for the sake of being able to deliver services to those who need it. So there is a positive aspect to it. So so you have to be very, very careful about your own identity management. That's on to you. Don't depend on anybody, right? So like me, I'm not on LinkedIn. Everybody gets surprised. I'm not on any social media. I don't need to be. If I need to talk to somebody, I meet them, right? The last one is that regulations. They talk about United Nations. Come on, man. Nobody even looks at United Nations anymore. They're a waste of time and money. But the regulations have to come from each of us ourselves. What is the information about us that we are going to put on the internet? I mean, honestly, do you go to the street corner now and say, hey guys, it's my birthday today? Would you do that? Tons of strangers around you and you're yelling about your birthday. But when you put that on Facebook, that's exactly what you're doing. You're telling complete strangers it's your birthday. You're telling them where you're going to have a party. Who is going to attend? Are you going on a holiday? I have seen my friends in the United States putting plans of them going on a holiday. Essentially, they're telling the robbers, guess what, guys? From this date to this date, we are not at home. Come on over and have fun. And the robbers are also getting, they're also getting pretty, how do you put it? More smarter and more cunning. So there was a friend of mine, this story was told to me, maybe you heard of it. So my friend's friend gets his bike stolen. And then it miraculously reappears the next day. And there's a note that says, I'm sorry, I had to go for a job interview. My car broke down, so I had to steal your bike. I'm returning it back to you. And here are 2 tickets for the most famous game that's happening on the weekend. VIP seats. So the couple and the children go to the game. And the robbers clean out their house because now they know they're in the game. So you need to find out what's happening. So information online, you decide, you protect yourself, nobody's going to do about it. So it's an evolving situation, and I've got a lot of trust amongst you youngsters. You guys are the smartest generation that I have ever met. But how are you going to use your smartness is for you guys to decide. So if you let me continue, I'll be continuing for the next 2 days. So okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else wants to 1 minute talk about any of these points? Anyone you want to talk? Anyone else? I want to hear from some experienced folks.
More than experienced?
No, more experienced folks. Come. Mr. Carlos.
Well, my name is Carlos. I'm AI engineer. I work for a startup here in Dubai. So I think a lot of people is really scared about AI. As I think it's a hype. Of course, there is problem right now. One problem is when you put the presentation is, for example, democracy, because right now it's like same situation as social media. We can like make clusters of people to try and to think the same thing about anything. So we are a division in society. So we have to realize what is different for our reality. That's a problem for AI. We can't understand the point of view of the other people because we are in the upper bubble. So that's a problem for AI, but the others like weapons is, as he says, not even how do you use the technology. It's not a big deal. In the other point, like talking about technology perspective, what is AI really? What is LLMs? LLMs is just math, It's just a model that tries to predict what is the next war. So it's not like the human brain. It's not thinking like us. AI have no emotions, have no experience. So how you can mathematically speaking explode that in an equation is really, really hard. So AI can do this right now. Maybe later, yeah, maybe in 2 years, okay, possible. But right now, no. So for fresh students, for people that have scared about AI work, something like that, just imagine, for example, years before, there is a lot of really, really intelligent people that work as human computers. There is mathematical people that solve a lot of equation and mathematical stuff really, really fast. There are human machines. When computers release, that people, what happened? They don't lose their job because they use computers to be better things, better research, and better solutions. So I think they're really scared for people is no AI can get your job. I think the thing or the person that get your job is another person that use AI. So I think it's AI no problem is if you are using AI. Of course, right now the barrier is high for freshers, for people entering the industry. That's the point, of course. But it's the same in the past. It's like industrial revolution and all this stuff, electricity, all this stuff. The only point here is we have to learn more. We have to bring more value, and we have to create more important thing for society. That's the point. Not be scared, create more.
Thank you. Mr. Omid, you want to share something? You're in traffic.
Thanks. Yeah, just right.
So this is our open dialogue about the hype. There is an interview by Jeffrey Hinton, the director of the CEO. He spoke about the AI risks. So I just gave a talk on that, and we're having an open dialogue. So what do you think AGI is coming? What are the risks that are there? Just thoughts about this.
Okay, so hi everybody, my name is Omid. I'm a German engineer. Coming from Germany, worked for big companies. You heard about this, Siemens. I work for Bosch. I work for Schneider Electric in different functions in technology and business. And currently I'm building an agentic AI platform. Really like to the topic. So to the first question is, yes, I think the new hype is coming. There's I'm already in the software industry for 25 years and in the industrial systems, industrial AI in already maybe 5 years, 12 years in industrial IoT. There is always hypes coming to this industry, and specifically for us, we are kind of different dimension into the software industry. Maybe you heard it. We make industrial software. And industrial software is a little bit of different to normal software. So you work every day with software, but what we build is like on top of that, some additional layers. For example, we build software for trains, for buildings, for aviation, and it's a little bit slower. We are really slow, much slower than this industry, because this thing is really moving fast. You deal with normal software, with normal people, but we test the software a lot. And maybe I can bring a little bit of perspective on that, because if your software breaks in normal systems, your website is done, nothing happens. Maybe you wait, you call the customer support and you wait 24 hours. But what we are building is, for example, software for train. If my software breaks, many people die, That's very strict. That's why we are very careful about the hypes and advances. So we use the hypes, but with more careful way and more focus on the results. So if I make a software with AI, like industrial software for example, my customers are nuclear power plants around the world. And if somebody crashed this, then there is a tragedy in the world. And exactly, I'm very excited about AI, about agents. So currently, for example, we build different agents in industry. For example, to manage the building here. So we have agentic AI to look at the behavior of the building. but not only building, users of building, to save energy, for example, to have a better experience for you in this building. And that's amazing technology. And by the way, the AGI is making really a good result and development for us, because then it's perfectly fitting to my topic of how do I merge the people with the building. So far, we always look at the building itself, and we were like building management system, and then we had little bit of apps and software for people. But then with this technology, I can develop something which suits perfectly fine for building, but also for experience of people in the building. And then you have real kind of smart AI solution for the users in the building. So perfectly fine solutions, but as I said, it needs a lot of tests, it needs a lot of reliability. And also the other topic I want to, sorry, I just read the questions, I just arrived.
On spot, huh?
Yeah, we are moving through. Yes. Something I can share differently is at the end the result. So technology itself is really good. Buzz is really good. We see the advances really with internet. We see a lot of new solutions with IoT. Now with AI and now AGI is coming. But what is really important, I read the report from MIT some weeks ago, and they claimed like 95% of AI pilots and projects and the startups and whatever is at the moment failing. And it's not because they are failing, it's because they are not result-oriented. So something I can add to the answer here is ROI. I mean, we have to be very careful about new technologies. Like, is it only because of building the solutions with new technology, having a cool pilot or prototype, make a presentation to management, make them happy, and then most of the projects are finished at this stage. So only 5% of them making this to production and getting to the results. And it's true for every new technology, for AI, for AGI, for anything. So what could be the right answer is like, how do we look to the technology, but not only because of the technology and buzzword, but to generate the results for the human being, for the business, and having the right ROI out of this investment with the business. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, just another question.
The risks, I told you, like, the risks is, of course, security and everything. You know better than me with the software, but my risks are a little bit more. Like, if something happens with some industrial thing, the risk is much bigger than the other one.
Regulations.
Regulations, yes. We are Europeans. We are very good in regulations. We are the best in the world. Yes, regulations are necessary, but so much regulations is also not good. I mean, you see the technology in Europe and a lot of regulations. Sometimes a lot of regulations are also making us very slow. In my industry, there are really serious regulations, but I don't think like regulations, I mean, too much regulation is also good. No, I mean, that's why I'm here in Dubai to share some experience with you. But yes, regulation need to be there, but there's a trade-off of regulation, not to make everybody slow. But no regulations is also not good.
Thank
Okay.
you, Amit. Thank you. Anyone else wants to share one? We can take one more. It's getting interesting. Okay, no one wants to share. I'll just quickly try to summarize. Thank you, Amit.
Thank you.
So we were having this talk, and as he summarized well, right? We should not only think about technology alone. As Mr. Omid, you should always think also about business. And then only it makes together. Business, when I say business, problem solving and all. So thank you everyone to share your thoughts. It was good. And everyone, there is no correct answer. So it's still a discussion that is happening. That's the reason why we have an open dialogue. I cannot tell that it's not black or white, right? Everyone, there is no black and white in the world. You agree, right, Sanjay? There is no black. There's always a gray area. And I am, as a scientist, I listen to people, I try to understand. We cannot make conclusions. You should, that is the one thing, one nature that all of you need to have, especially nowadays. Don't make any conclusions. Try to see both the sides. It can be anything. It can be any perspective. I am open to any perspective. A lot of people feel that AI is very dangerous. They tell me, and today also, whatever happened, this is just for your awareness. One thing that all of you want to take out from this whole session is, at least you are aware about these things. And as you said, don't be afraid. Yes. First of all, the first thing is, you should be at least aware of these things. Then only that afraid thing will come. The problem is my father, he does not know, he's not an internet person, and he is first time he got introduced to his internet and mobile when he was 45 years old. He has got scammed couple of times, and in India it's very common, especially for the people who are not, you guys, the younger generation will not get scammed, because you know about technology, you know what to do, but the people who don't know about this will get scammed. So these are the things that are there that we will talk about. And now, yeah, these are some things that we said, can we align AI systems with long term? This is something that, this is the last point. This is what I just wanted to tell everyone. How can we align AI systems with long-term human values? And this is combining everything that we see. It's like a thinking, every one of you, when you go back, especially the younger generation, when you are learning these technologies, think about this thing. Because end of the day, and that is the reason why we run this community, and especially me, why I'm passionate about education. I left my very high paying job and I'm doing this right now because of getting people to at least understand these things and keep their mind open, not only about business and commercial use, that is also important, but understanding and building these systems, the positive and the negative, and how to take it further together. So this is what we are going to do. So this was my conclusion. Now I will just tell, so one talk that Alan is doing tomorrow. If you guys are part of our community, I'll request Alan to talk a little bit about it. He is going to do a talk about this security frameworks and mitigations tomorrow. And I just invited him to come here as well. And this online talk is going to happen tomorrow. So all our technical talks that we do in our community is on, because we are a global community. We are based out of Dubai, but we do, because I don't want to bore you guys with technical things here. All of you have come here to get your curiosity, discuss. That's the reason why we have this type of discussions. But technical talks like this, we do it online. So thank you, Alan. If you just want to share a little bit about yourself and what you're going to talk about, and get excited for everyone to join the online event, yeah, you can take the center stage.
Cool. So I used to be a software engineer myself, actually, for the last decade. And I think I mentioned a little bit earlier ago that in the last couple of years, our company, AIFT, started to experiment with LLMs, and then we started to build automation for claim solutions. And then after that, I felt like, wow, we were very progressive and we don't know anything about AI security. And that was super, super dangerous. And coming 2025, I pivoted my career. I actually think that AI security and how we use LLM and how we can abuse LLMs is also very, very important. So a new opportunity came up in Dubai, and then our company expanded here. And now we're focusing on red teaming and blue teaming solutions. So basically ethical hacking into Gen AI apps, and also protective solutions. So that's blue teaming. So like now that you've exposed all these vulnerabilities, how do you protect it? And so in the topic tomorrow, I'm going to talk about emerging security frameworks. So when I was in 2023, no one if you ask about how do you secure your AI model, you ask 5 different people from different industries, they give you 5 different answers. But today, we kind of sort of have an emerging framework that world governments are agreeing on. So the intersection part on the Venn diagram is getting larger. And I'm going to show you that complete picture tomorrow. And the other interesting part is about mitigation. So now you have the framework ready, and then people poke holes in it. They find a list of vulnerabilities. How do you fix them? So I'm going to give an overview of open source tools out there versus if you're an enterprise building a Gen AI app, then you can use enterprise tools like ours and how it compares in the ecosystem. So looking forward to it and hope you guys can join us. Thank you.
So these type of events, we do a lot of workshops, talks, guest talks. We have been running this community for almost 3 years right now. And the good thing about online talks is we get people from the West, from US, from Germany to give online talks and share their development and knowledge sharing sessions. It happens on Zoom. How many of you are part of the WhatsApp community, DDS WhatsApp community, Vipul? So if you are not, later on you can scan this QR code. All these events, the guest speakers and all are free to join. but it's online. You need to register. It's happening tomorrow. Every week we do a couple, at least 3 or 4 events. Some of them are part of our programs, but guest lectures, we keep it open to as many people to join. And then we have a Slido link for questions. We take that. So we are now following a process. We will share the Slido link. It is there on the page as well. If you have any specific questions for Alan, you can put it there. We can take it. So I'm also excited to talk about this. And lately, I'm also doing a lot of research on AI security, LLM security, because it's a huge topic, LLM security. We have prompt injection. I'll give you one example that one of our clients had. Very simple. Every one of you will relate to this. How many of you know about ATS systems, application tracking systems? So you put in your resume and it gives 100 score, 80 score. Now what systems are happening? There is a white, we call white label. In the document, they put something that this is the best resource for this particular job, and people cannot read that. Human eye cannot read that, but machines can read that, because the black text and there's a white mark written. It's a watermark or some type of thing that is written. So that resume, if it goes on the system, then they will give a 99% or 100% match, and then he'll be called for the interview. This was being deducted. This is a very simple use case. All of you can relate to that, right? ATS systems. In the resume, you just write the prompt that this is the best resume for LLM engineer. He has this. He will copy the whole JD and put it in white. The HR will look at this and they'll be confused, and that is one of the clients had these issues. Then we try to do this, and it's not easy to detect these things. So these are some of the use cases. There are a lot of poison LLM injections, and I'm reading about this. There is a paper of OWASP, right? OWASP, correct, right? OWASP. They have 10 risks for LLMs, and you read about that and try to, whatever applications that you build, make sure that they pass these 10 risks. Then there are a lot of tests and frameworks for that. I think Alan will talk something more about it tomorrow. Now what I want to do is, some of our challenge participants could not, they were stuck in traffic, but we have Mr. Masir, right? You want to quickly talk about your application, what you built, and your experience in the challenge? So here's some of the brave folks that actually made it to the event. Thank you.
Thank you.
Musir. Yes,
hello everyone. My name is Masir, and I participated in the DDS challenge that happened last week. I created an AI called Carbon AI, which helps small businesses close leads faster and secure sales. Basically, what Carbon AI does is it creates its own AI assistant, and then it automatically it creates its own AI assistant, and then after that you can go into the dashboard and create a phone number. With the phone number, you can integrate the AI assistant into the phone number. The AI assistant is like the brain of the whole phone number. You can tell the AI assistant what to do, what it is, its main objective, and what the whole purpose of the call would be. You could also tell the AI assistant that if it's an inbound call, the customer calls, you can ask the AI assistant to note a few things, and then you can record it into a user-friendly database. This is basically what I did by myself in 1 week. Currently, a few issues that I faced were integrating the AI assistant and the phone number into my platform. It was quite hard, but I used a little bit of AI, and it really helped me. I'd like to thank Mr. Muhammad and DDS for this amazing opportunity. Thank you.
So, how many of you know about our challenges? I'm sorry I did not tell. Thanks a lot for coming. How many of you know about our challenges? Just by raise of hands. Someone was asking about JITEX challenge, or some of you know. So a lot of people don't know. So we run this type of mini. It's not a hackathon. It's like I will show you this page as well. If it's in decodingdatascience.com. And some of you will share this experience later. You come up with a business idea, like any project idea that you have. We launched the challenge 1 month in advance, so you have a day 0, wherein you have a template. You go and fill what ideas that you have to work on. Like you were working on carbon. Some of the people are, whatever they're passionate about, they write the idea, and then they have time to prepare how they will build this application. Right now, there are a lot of AI tools to make you do it faster, but you take a plan that you have, you build the whole project. So we have an 8-day. We don't keep it 1 or 2 days because it's impossible to build a good application in just one day. So we have it for 8 days. We start on a Saturday morning 9 o'clock, and yesterday we finished it at 11:45. We were live on timer. We were giving timers and we were making everyone submit. So we had 244 people actually joined. And we have partners with GEM School, Middlesex. These are our partners, so we give them complimentary. So we have a lot of students from the GEM School. We have people from grade 6, grade 7 as well doing. Which grade are you? Grade 10. Some of them could not come today. They're in grade 7, and the type of applications that you see that they're building is like amazing. And this is what we're seeing in this, and that's why I really feel that the younger generation, especially from GEM School, I'm not biased towards GEM School, but they have this. How many of you know about GEM School here? So it's one of the best schools that I know that promote children to do extracurricular activities and learn and participate in these type of challenges, because it is good you learn from school some of the theoretical knowledges, but these activities, and I'm sure students who do it, your first challenge, right? The people who are there who have been doing challenges, this is our 8th challenge that we have done right now, 8th challenge. And there are people who have done it 6 times, 7 times as well. So they really enjoy the process that is there. And luckily this time we have been partnered with GITEX. This is the third year in a row that GITEX is partnering with us for these type of hackathons and challenges that are there. So especially the younger generation, they don't like theory, they don't like lectures, because I do a lot of programs. They don't like to sit in 2 hours lecture, and that some of you may agree with me as well. They like to do things. So this type of things, we give them the idea of how to do, and then they go and experiment and they build, and they do amazing jobs that are there. Polly, you want to also come and share about your experience, what you built, and how was the whole experience of the challenge? Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Polly from Thailand, and now basically I am a business owner, e-commerce business owner. But basically I am a programmer, but I didn't do anything about the programmer so long time. But now I would like to challenge by myself to back to try to create the own application. And now I start the building the learn translate. And basically when I use the ChatGPT and translate, maybe it have the information overload. And now I just create like an application can install in the app on the web app, and you can translate, and it's a automatic copy. And you can share to the another chats, because I have the barrier from I don't know how to write in English, and sometimes I would like to translate. And this one is convenient for do in the my app. Yes, and this one is my challenge to create by the AI coding. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Okay, you're so quick. Okay, cool. I was just talking to a few challenge participants could not come. They are stuck in Sharjah. So anyways, I will just move to the next part. Anyone else wants to share? Who is a part? Karim, you want to share about, he's in the community, I think the oldest right now. You want to share your experience about DDS, about what we are? If you, come. I think we know each other from the last 2 years. And he has been coming to many of our events.
Hello everyone, my name is Karim, and so how I first met Arshad. So I was enrolled in a data science certification, and he was my instructor. And when I moved to Dubai, we met on an event, and this is where it started. And honestly, like the coding data science, like they do a lot of events, workshops, and I was like so lucky to also be like a volunteer with them in last year GITEX, and like they also, for example, have, let's say, workshops, and the last one was the Al Mawakib Innovates. So I was also like an AI mentor with Al Mawakib Innovates. So Mawakib Innovates is like an initiative by Al Mawakib School here in UAE, where students at schools, they actually compete over different sectors like automation, robotics, AI. So I was also like volunteering with them as an AI mentor for like students, and yeah, I was like very fascinated by how students, like, they can actually translate any ideas once you give them this idea into life. So students, they don't like theories, but they like, for example, once you give them the steps, they can apply it directly. So the generation now is actually like getting more into AI. And yeah, like I really like the way, like, the events, the workshops, and like being part of it gets you always like motivated to know more about AI, to get you more acquainted. Aside from that, like the networking, also in addition, for example, if you also want to be like engaged into AI, into events, into everything happening in AI, so decoding the science, like, I couldn't find any like larger or better community where you can actually dig deeper and be like always up to date with the latest trends in AI. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll just take 5 minutes of your time. Yeah, thanks, Karim. 5 minutes of your time. I just wanted to show you this because I have been doing education for almost 8 to 9 years, right? I have been doing lectures, as you said. I had a lot of. I used to give university lectures, but universities. No bad words. It's good for degree, but it's useless. They have a lot of regulations, and most of university education is useless. It's just a degree. So I wanted to do something outside universities as well. Universities are good just for degrees, and it's important. And I don't think degrees are going to be relevant anymore in the coming future as well. But that is my point of view. But I encourage everyone till now at least have a undergraduate degree till now. But maybe in next few years it doesn't matter much. This challenge, if you can see, this is one new way of learning, as people said here. Whoever has joined these type of challenges, we have, you can say, 244 people who joined this challenge. They come up with an idea, and this is, I'm sharing this with you. Maybe in the future, if you want to learn, this is one of the best ways of learning. And this is our 8th challenge, and I have seen transitions. Like a lot of people are, and most of you, I'm sure you're listening to YouTube videos, you're going through Udemy courses. At least you have an idea theoretically, but you're not putting it into practice. Unless you don't put into practice, then your knowledge is useless. So what we try to do in these challenges, if you can see, people come with an idea. So this was opened 1.5 months back. Day one is ideation, consider. It's a group, of WhatsApp group. And people who are part of the challenge, you can talk to them and say, you get motivated to finish. So in the night, 11:45 was the deadline. Everyone was online. Everyone was trying to finish. 25 people actually submitted it in the last 5 to 10 minutes of the thing. But this is the whole process. So we try to give people, and there is no code, low code option as well for beginners, because there are a lot of options to use low code, no code, as well as the coding part that is there. So they go through this day 1 step, day 2 step, day 3 step, day 4 step. And Alan, we have introduced the security part as well, because end of evaluations is here. So evaluation is like you build any app, right? Like before, back in the days, there was testing. There was a lot of type of testing. People who are from the tech background will know. So nowadays, evaluations in AI, what you need to do, you need to ask these AI applications different types of questions and see the response, and accordingly reiterate and make it better. This is the most important part that all of us miss. It's very easy to build an AI application right now. You can build it in 1 hour. But how robust it is something like these things. And we check this in our judging criteria. When we ask it irrelevant questions and see how your application is behaving, which 90% of the people don't pay attention because they don't know, they are learning. Most of the people here are students, but it's good, at least you are aware of these things. And then security. End of the day, security also we have introduced. There are LLM guards. There are some open frameworks that to make sure to check for any LLM leaks, any hallucination and all those things. So we try to introduce some concepts. Some people try to take it. Some people don't take it there because they're learning about it, and then they share this whole experience. So this is what I feel, and I push our program, people who are in our program, AI residency program, who are learning from me as well. I push them to be part of this. Everyone who has done these challenges, they have benefited. One benefit from this challenge is you build a project, you build a portfolio in GitHub, and you have done this end to end. You can talk about it in your interview, in your anything that you're doing. A lot of students that are there, like Mr. Masir, he's going to apply to US colleges. He's building a portfolio and he's going to add this in his portfolio. So a lot of students from GEMS are doing this from grade 8, 9, 10. They're building their portfolio. Nowadays, if you want to apply in US colleges or UK colleges, they look at your GitHub profile. Because I help in admission in the top Ivy League colleges. So this is what everyone who applies, thousands apply, only 10 get selected, and these are some of the things that they look for. So this is I wanted to share. This is our project, and we have been getting a lot of support from partners like Jitex and other things that are there. Scholarships, as you can see, we give scholarships to the people for our AI residency program, AI executive program, AI builder program, for people who win this challenge that is there. So this is, I wanted to share this part because this is something very new. You will not see this anywhere. You will see a lot of theories, courses, everything is good, but challenges is something that I feel is the future of learning. This is not like a hackathon, but it's an elongated hackathon. It's between a course and a hackathon. And this is a new way of learning. And a lot of educators are saying that, especially the Gen Alpha who don't have an attention span. Nowadays, it's a real culture, right? It's a real culture. No one can look at a video. And I'll just give you a story of my academy because I do a lot of data analytics. Before I had 1 hour videos, people stop after 6-7 minutes. It started dropping. Then from 1 hour, I made our videos for 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. And that is the thing that we are going. And now we have live lectures as well, but most of the Gen Alpha don't attend live lectures. They see Mohammed, I will look at the recording. I will get the AI summary of that. I will look at it at 2x, 3x, whatever speed it is, and then they learn and they apply. That is the reality. And no, everyone is free how they want to learn. End of the day, we want to see the output. And the output that comes is amazing. Some of them could not give a demo today, but there were 6 people who were supposed to come and give a demo of their application, talk about their application, but we will do it online on Wednesday. So Polly, and if you want to give online, you can reach out to me. I will schedule because there are people who want to do this online. So this is what I wanted to show you. Now we will try to just try to wind up the call, this session, by 2 things I wanted to share. We'll take a photo. Pictures was there. LinkedIn. So we just if you want to know on LinkedIn about our events, about what we do, this is our LinkedIn. I request people to just follow us on LinkedIn. Any event that we do, this is the best way for you to know, because all of us are on LinkedIn. So you can just make sure you follow Decoding Data Science, so you will not miss any update about what we are doing in DDS. That is there. So for people who just came, we do a lot of events. I wanted to show one more thing to all of you. Is next week, because this is, as you all know, the name is pre-Jitex event. So we are having our events, lot of events in Jitex. So I am giving a keynote, I am doing a workshop, as well as, what is happening, screen. Okay, 2 screens happen, 1 second. So we are doing a lot of pre-side events in Jitex. How many of you are going to Jitex, by the way, just by raise of hands? Amazing. So all of you have passes? Every one of you has passes, right? So the Jitex is I will not spend so much time inside Jitex. Only I'm going there to give my talk and workshop, and then I will come out, because it's crazy rush. It's too many people, and everyone is selling services, and it's crazy. So what we do in Jitex, and I think last year we took 2 booths, if you remember, right? One in Jitex and one in North Star. Last year. This year, they gave us opportunity. We said we don't want any booths. Booths are crazy to handle and stuff. So we are not having any booths. What we are doing, especially this year, is booths we are giving away to the community members that were there. And what we are doing is we are doing side events. Side events are better. Like today's event, at least all of you will have, who have come early, have talked to each other. Some of you have already connected on LinkedIn. This is much better. Jitex is lost. No one will even talk to you. the big companies will only look for businesses and all those things. It's very tough to get value out of GITEX unless you have a booth and you're selling some services, but it is too much rush and too much crowd that is there. GITEX when is going to happen nearby only. Today Forex Expo was there as well. I had been there for some time. That is also a good event, but these are the events that happen. So you can go to luma.com, you can scan that QR code as well, it is there. You will see all our events here. So all our physical events that we do this is one of our private events that we are doing, Founder Investor Connect. This is a part of our business circle. We have something called as a Majlis Bazaar. This is also Investor Connect, investor decision makers. We have people from the family office, from big companies coming here, from people from NVIDIA, from big places that are coming in this place as well. This is called Majlis Bazaar. And then we have Majlis Mixer. This is happening near North Star. This is happening near World Trade Center, just next to the World Trade Center. And this is our most famous event. There were some bad experiences in this event. I was sharing with few of you. So we are running coffee meetups for the last 3.5 years. And this is in Mall of Emirates. We come together and we just discuss. And this is something that we are doing. And now we will try to make it a little bit more controlled, because a lot of people come and they have their coffee, they don't order. Some of them have and they don't pay for it. And then we have to go on, every time we had to do this. Recently in Abu Dhabi, I had to pay 400 dirhams because I'm responsible, I'm the organizer. It's okay that I do it, but it's not, for me, it's not morally wrong, it's wrong, as well as it's not something that I really like. But we are looking into it, how we can make it better. We are educating people because hotels give us place so that they want us to order something, because else they will not give. Even I pay for the space, but they want people to order. So we will look into this. But this is a ministry. We are part of the Ministry of AI, so they give us space like this. So it's good, easy for us to do events. But they don't give regularly. They give every quarter once. So we have to make sure about this. Yes. So go to this page. You will get all the details. Just go to luma.com/decoding data science. You can subscribe to this so that you also know about our events. Mostly the physical events come here. So this is our pre-GITEX meetup that is happening right now, that most of you are part of. Luma is somewhere that it's really organized. We keep all our offline events. Online events are there in Eventbrite as well as Meetup that is there. So these are some of the events. So please come to our events if possible. Drop by. You will meet amazing leaders as well who are going to be there and take it further. Now coming to yes, where is the fish? Last thing that I wanted to do is photo. Yes, we will take a photo and then we will be opening for any questions before we come for the photo. Any questions regarding the community, regarding what we do, why we do, before we take the photo? The new guys, anything? No questions? Okay, great, amazing. So I think can all of you come in the front for a quick photo here, and then we will break for networking. So one message before you break, right? A lot of you are new here. Keep coming to events. That is the only thing that I will request. If you really want value, please keep coming to events, because the people who are regular, who have been coming to our events, will really benefit, because networking happens. First step is networking. The second step is connections. And in UAE, connections really work. You need to know the people physically, you need to meet them, not one time, 2 times, 3 times. A lot of people who are sitting outside have been coming to our events for the last 1 year. So they are sitting there, they are networking. Please do come to our events. That is the best way to meet. And not only one time. What I have seen is, no, it's not anything negative with all of you guys. Everyone is busy in the UAE. Most of you are on the visit. UAE is a transactional place, right? A lot of people don't stay. I have been here for 5 years. I have seen so many startups going down and leaving the country. That is the reality of UAE. But people who are here for more than 5 years and who are regular to events, they are really making value of this. For me also, it took me at least 2 years to get my first deal in my startup, to get into Ministry of AI and do these type of events. I had to do it in some hotels or some other places. It took time, and I was consistently doing it. So the problem is not knowledge. All of you know knowledge. You know what to do. Every one of you knows how to get a 6-packs. Every one of you know that. Everyone knows how to learn AI, how to develop AI. It's not education is completely free. All of you know, agree with me? MIT, go to Coursera, MIT, everything is everywhere free. How many of the people are actually doing it? Education is everywhere free, but the applied education is not available free. How to do it? What are the things to do it? And I just want to tell one more statement before we close. How many of you know about Pareto principle? Pareto principle. So Pareto principle is for understand the 20% of the things that are there. Learn those 20% that will take care of the 80%. No one can learn 100%, but at least you need to identify that 20% in whatever you are learning, AI or data science or anything, and then take it further. So thank you everyone for that. With that note, please come on the front. You are running away, I know that. Hisham, yeah, we'll take a photo. Just come in the front. Thank you, Hisham. Let me just set the camera. I hope the recording is